So this is my masterclass lesson number 19, Unison finishers. Unisons, we know, have a lot of benefits, one of them being that they're not battle cards, they're not leader cards, so any cards that would affect leaders or battle cards, they're immune from. Especially with some older cards that only says, oh, you could use this against a leader or a battle card. Like Planet M2, for example, only works on battle cards and leaders. You know, but if they decided to errata it and include Unisons, that'd be nice. You know, an update, card update, right? Only because Unisons weren't a thing when that card was created, and they probably would have included Unisons. But that's just an example. The point is, you know, Unison finishers. You know, a lot of times we're used to the average player focuses on a battle card finisher like Zeno or something, like something to win the game, right? Just your last battle card to clutch you the victory. You know, we got some like Mira Creator Absorb, which this artwork looks Mira Creator Absorb with, you know, Champa or Isberhin Kai to give the double strike for, you know, a finishing game, making the battle card extremely high. Piccolo Jr., I forgot what it was, but it's the one with the I forget his name, but the one with the alliance ability, so it can get its attack really high and be able to finish your opponent off with double strike plus its burn effect. You get the idea. It's like you normally have to play a battle card in order to finish your opponent. There's of course the leader finisher. I made a video not too long ago about leader finishers or endgame leaders. Now this is about Unison finishers. I did make a video not too long ago, a while back, about easy game cards. You know, cards that, you know, win you out games easily. So pretty much there were a lot of battle cards in there. So clearly there were finishers. That was the whole point. Cards that easily finish out games for you, like Zeno, of course. But this is about Unisons. So what will classify as a Unison finisher? Well, pretty much a Unison that literally has a effect that allows it to deal multiple damage or just, you know, finish out the game, right? So for example, this Master Roshi, Potential Unleashed, as you can see, it has a -4 ability. This card gains 15k power and double strike. It already starts off 15, so it becomes 30k double strike. That's a good stat. A good base to start off with to try to go for game. When you swing, you know you can't combo when you attack with a Unison. You just can't combo to defend a Unison. That's the only thing. But the fact that you can't combo when a Unison attacks, that's all you really need to use them as a finisher, right? So you already sorry. You can use this on turn 4 if you have 2 copies because of the Unison ruling. You pay for to play one, then add put the second copy of Roshi under it to give it a marker, so I have 5 markers -4 to trigger its ability to be a 30k double strike, and you still have at least 1 marker so it doesn't go to the drop. So it's still there to swing. So then, you know, swing and combo, right? So that will make it a finisher. As you can see, Gold Tank's Earth Shattering Might has a -5 ability, which means you're going to have to either do the same strategy but pay 5 to play and then add 1 extra copy to give it a marker, so it has 6 markers. Remove 5 so it still has 1, or pay 6, and then with Roshi you just pay 5. So I was just mentioning the way you can play them sooner than later by the Unison mechanic. You know, the ruling of putting another card to give a marker, so that way you can play them out a turn early. But for this, you know, you could just play 6 or do the turn early strategy, and has a -5 ability. This card gains 15k power, double strike, and dual attack. So it'd be 30k double strike like Roshi, but it can attack twice, which makes it better. So if you had to choose between this one or this one would be the better choice in that comparison. But it's the fact that you gotta take the cost to account, because it's -5 for this one and -4 for this one. you could play this one a little bit sooner than that one. Also, Roshi does have an auto that if you have a red leader, when you play this card, your opponent has 5 or more life, you can burn them for 1 damage. So you can bring your opponent from 5 to 4 just by playing this, and then try to go for, you know, and that's early game, and then use his -4 ability later late game to finish off the match. So he does lead up to you know, late game, lead up to winning you the match. So that's pretty nice. So that's an added benefit, but you know, it's up to you which one you need the most. This one has the +0 ability to draw a card, but we're only really focusing on how to use them to win the game, right? Piccolo Jr. has dual attack and crit. That's pretty nice. Definitely something you want to use, especially definitely want to use early game, right? But definitely not bad late game, especially when you're trying to finish the game off. You want to take advantage of that. But why we have him here is it's not for his crit and dual attack ability, which are nice nonetheless. This is -4 ability. Hard to pull off, but if you can, it is a way you can definitely finish the game, because it's a -4, pay 4 red, X, so as much as you want, you can afford for X. If your leader card is red, deal X damage to your opponent. So you can burn your opponent for game. And of course, on average, you probably only need to do 2 damage to finish your opponent off anyway, especially the way I play. I only need 2 damage. So if I were to do this hard cast wise, right, I'll pay 4 to play him, then I need 4 red and 1, so I need 5 more energy on top. So I need a total of 9 energy in a single turn, just to do 1 damage. So then you'll need 10 to do 2 damage, right? Because it's you want to do 2, so you need a total of 10 energy to do the 2 damage. Now, if you have a leader that untaps energy and maybe some Senzu beans, you know, and you're playing red-blue energy, you can obviously untap up in after you pay the 4 to play him. Well, you could be slick, right? You pay 3 to play him, so that way you're using less energy. Pay 3 to play him, attach a second copy of him to give him the marker, so you'd be at 4 markers. That way you're saving energy, and then go from there. So like there's more steps to pull it off, but you can. I am still working on a couple of decks to try to help me with that, because I do want to incorporate like Senzu Bean. I want to. It's a, what is it? It's the Vegito that to make sure Goku and Vegeta's, you know, multiple colors, so that we have red and blue. So red to play him and trigger his active main effect, right? But blue's for the Senzu Bean playing. So I'm working on it. I gotta proxy this stuff and fine tune the strategy. But you get the idea. Is like, you know, you can get it to where you can finish your opponent off 2 or if you could get to 4 damage, even better. This has been used a couple times in Boma Burn decks, so you could easily stall for a lot of energy. There's a lot of times where I definitely was at 8 energy with Boma and still has shitload of life because of the way the deck stalls. So it wasn't hard to get up to a lot of energy to be able to try to pull this off. But I want to speed it up, so that's my thing. I want to do it faster. Then we got Metal Cooler, Terrifying Horde. It's -4 ability, and you know, this you could just go straight up 4, just pay 4, or you want to do the 3 and then attach strategy. That's cool too. But I'm just saying you could just pay up straight up 4 to drop it, -4, because you don't need it to stay on the field. Just -4 and then get the tokens, because it plays 3 Metal Cooler tokens with 15k power, which is good. If they were 10k, definitely would not be good. Because remember, we're trying to finish our opponent, right? So the fact that they're 15k tokens, that's good. Because your opponent will more likely be awakened, obviously, when you're trying to go for game. Always take that into account. And it's 3 battle cards you're getting right off the bat. So of course you can pay 4 to play this, to get them out into play. Swing with them. So that right there is already a 15k you can swing with. Then -4 and get the 3 tokens and then attack. So you essentially have 4 attackers. So it's somewhat like a Boonie. Again, it's not a battle card like how Boonie is. So it's not, you know, it's immune to, you know, Frieza, charismatic villain, things of that nature. You know, things that normally people would try to use to out Obuni. This can pretty much bypass that scenario. So it's pretty much the green Obuni if you use it. right. So it's a really good card. So definitely a going wide strategy type card. Then we got Bardock Parental Unison. He has a -3 ability. So you can pay 4 and then -3 to trigger this effect. This card gets 5k power, so it'll be 20k and triple attack, which is nice. You know, 20k attacking 3 times is always good. You can definitely get a lot of attacks to go through. You know, again, it being a Unison is immune to a lot of stuff. You don't have to worry about certain cards that KO stuff during battle, or things of that nature, or worry about a charismatic villain play or something similar to that, or a counter play to stop you from, you know, playing the Unison. Until they create like counters that can counter Unisons, and it's like, oh man, now Unisons aren't immune. There is a way to beat them. So that's why I'm making this video, to show like, hey, take advantage of Unisons. I play 12 in my decks because they're that powerful. So active main for Janemba, Wicked Agent of Destruction. He has a active main / battle ability. If your opponent has 15 or less cards in their deck, this card gets a 15k power and triple strike. So it'd be a 30k triple strike. Good base to work with. It's you know, it's active battle, so that's interesting. Active main, active battle, you could do either one, right? But it's, you know, pretty good. You might want to be slick and swing with this. Wait to see if your opponent has a negate or not, and if they don't negate, then you be like, alright, well, I'm using this effect. It's like, oh man, you got me. I should have negated it. Yep, you should have. And now 30k triple strike when your opponent has 15 or less cards in their deck. Not something you can just splash in any deck and just use in any deck, but it's, you know, with in the right build, you can put this to work. There's going to be some decks that draw a lot, that mill a lot, you know, stuff like that, and you can take advantage of that. So depending on the matchup, you know, you can get that effect relatively easy. Since it's a -2, you pretty much just have to pay 3 to play it. -2, so it still has 1 marker. You go from there, or pay 2 and then, you know, attach another copy to give it a marker, and then -2, so it still has at least a marker. You get the idea. This Vegeta Unison of Fury, great in many ways. You know, I put it in every yellow deck, but also obviously used as a finisher, where it's -3 ability. Choose up to one of your opponent's energy, switch it to rest mode. Then this card gets 5k power, double strike, and dual attack. So it'll be a 20k double strike that can attack twice, which is really good. So essentially potential for damage just through playing this, and it's a -3. So you only need to pay 4 at most, or pay 3 and then attach 1, of course, for the extra marker. Gotenks, Fusion of Friendship. Active main, -4 active main. This card gets 20k power and dual attack, so it'll be 25k, and it can attack twice. Inherently, it's a good card. Obviously, Vegex, they automatically have access to this. They're going to keep doing the +2 ability, so that way they can use his -4 ability and go in with the 25k double attack. And they usually give it, you know, double strike, so it'll be like a 35k double strike. So being 25k dual attack is always good, because to me dual attack is not too different from double strike. It just it adds the ability that it could potentially do, at least for me. Dual attack is like, it's like double strike split up into 2 damage, right? Because if you attack with double strike, your opponent out combos it or negates it, you don't get to deal not even 1 damage. So you either do 2 or 0 when it comes to double strike. With dual attack, you can do 2 or 1. So that sounds mathematically, especially in a game where you have to, you know, it's about battling and dealing damage. Having the potential of doing 2 or 1 damage is better than doing 2 or 0. 2 sounds good, but if 2, you know, doesn't work and 0 is the only other option, that sucks. So that's what I like about dual attack and triple attack, because you know you still get some damage. You know, some damage will leak through, and that's what I like about that. So that's what I'm trying. That's why a lot of these are dual attacks, triple attacks as finishers, because, or just a going wide strategy. I mean, you can consider this like a quadruple strike, because you're gonna have 4 15 attackers to attack with, so that's essentially quadruple strike right there. So you get the idea. Super Saiyan 4 Gohan beyond the ultimate. -3 active main, add up to 2 black battle cards with power between 20k and 30k from your warp, and add them to your hand. This card gets 15k power and dual attack, so it'll be a 20k that can attack twice. Relatively decent. Obviously, you normally play this for utilizing its ability to recycle your black battle cards, your warping and stuff, you know, especially if you're playing overround strategy. But the fact that you can, you know, trigger its -3 ability to make it a 20k dual attacker, and you know, swing, give it some double strike, swing again, give it double strike, that kind of stuff. It's always good. Mirror dimensional superpower. What I like about him is that he is similar to his battle card counterpart, Mirror Creator Absorb, where he gets 5k power boost for all your cards in your warp. So if you have a deck with a, with a strategy where you're constantly warping your cards, then you can easily give this 5k for each. So if you at least have 2 cards warped, that's 10k boost to them, so that makes them 25k as a base. But you can go beyond that. 3 cards would be 30k. Let's say 10 cards. So 10 times 5,000, that's 50,000. So 50,000, so that's 65k. So 65k. So with 10 cards warped, that's 65k power. 65k power just by minusing 2 with this card's ability. That's very powerful. Granted, he's a single damage, but if you give him double strike, then he can do 2 damage. So it's not that big of a deal. So by himself, with his effect, he can do 1 damage, and it'll be hard for your opponent to out combo. So it's almost guaranteed to deal damage with this because of how powerful you can easily get him. But give him the double strike. go the distance, give him the double strike, and go all in. The fact that he already makes himself strong before you even combo is awesome. So I just noticed this card recently. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start toying with this in a couple decks. Obviously, his permanent says he has to have 2. If he has 2 or fewer markers on it, he can't attack. So he has to have a minimum of 3. And then you notice that his ability is a -2, so you pretty much gotta give him 5 markers, -2 markers, so that way he has 3 markers. That way he can attack, because it'd be kind of pointless. Or the way I believe is you pay 4, right? So he has 4 markers. Then you swing with him, since his effect is active battle. Swing with him first, while he has 4 markers, then -2, so that way he'll be down to 2 markers, and go from there. You could do, did I say 4? I meant to say 3. You could even do 3, like have it where he has 3 markers, swing with him, because he can't attack because you do have 3 markers on, but then -2. That's what I meant to say. So that's the that's what I believe you could do. Swing with it, because it says it can't attack if it has 2 or fewer, but if you attack first then -2, then that's a different story, right? So have 3 markers, attack first, activate the active battle ability -2, and then he already be in battle, and then he'll get that boost. So, and of course give him double strike, so that way you can finish the game. And that's the end of the video for most of the current Unison finishers.